Yes, we received this joint statement last night around 8:30 p.m. local time. It was signed by all the leaders of the political parties here in Greenland, including the Prime Minister, Jens Frederik Nielsen. They issued a strongly worded joint statement saying we stand together as a people against the latest threats from the U.S. And now their message was very clear, as you said. They said we do not wish to be Americans, we do not wish to be Danes, we wish to be Greenlanders. It also outlined the way that Greenland is governed in accordance with the Self-Government Act and international law. They said they were willing to cooperate with the U.S. and other Western countries under international law, but the future of the country, of its people, would only be determined by the Greenlandic people themselves and not by Washington. They said no other country has a right to interfere in this process, and they would not feel under pressure to make any hasty decisions when it comes to these threats. They called for a dialogue which would be based on democratic and international principles. Now, this statement, of course, came after President Trump's very strong remarks yesterday that he would acquire Greenland by any means necessary, whether they like it or not, and it could be done either the hard way or the easy way. Now, this kind of rhetoric is being met completely with disbelief here on the streets of Nuuk. People that we're speaking to have said that it's crazy, that they can't actually believe the situation that is unfolding, because, of course, in the Arctic, a lot of the principles of people working here are based on cooperation and mutual trust. Now, the leaders also in the statement said that a meeting of the Greenlandic Parliament is going to be brought forward so that they can make sure that the rights and interests of the people here are safeguarded under what are extraordinary and unusual circumstances, and very serious ones.
Jen, what reaction from European leaders?
Yes, well, the reaction from Europe has been equally strong. The Danish Prime Minister, Mette Frederiksen, has warned that any attempt to take Greenland by force would mark the end of everything. Now, she's talking about effectively the dismantlement of NATO, of the security alliance that has been in place since the World War II. The post-World War II security order would effectively be over. Now, earlier this week, we saw that 7 major European powers, that included France, Germany, and the UK, issued a joint statement saying that all the decisions that are going to be made about the future of this country would be made by Greenland and Denmark alone. They are calling for a multilateral stability over what they're saying is a unilateral expansion that is being proposed by the U.S. And even we're seeing proposals from the U.S. potentially to pay people in Greenland to join America. Now, next week we may see more of this as the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, is meeting with Danish and Greenlandic officials. But the goal here is quite clear. It's for everyone to de-escalate. And the message from Nuuk, from the capital, remains the same, that Greenland simply is not for sale.